Blazers, no fuckers there. How you guys doing today? Welcome to a brand new video. And today's video, guys, is going to be a little bit different because today, guys, we're going to be talking about epic Despacito again with gaming. Gamers rise up, guys, because today I'm doing a review of a video game. Before I begin this video, guys, I need to disclose that Ubisoft did not pay me to do this because I know the crew is getting some shitty reviews, and right now they're probably paying YouTubers to do some nice reviews of their game. Like I'm not gonna be surprised at all. But I'm gonna just say that Ubisoft is definitely not my favorite company when it comes to video games. Ubisoft is ridiculous with like their downgrades, and I think a lot of the games are pretty mediocre. Like Assassin's Creed, bro, get the shit out of my face, bro. They're using the same horse animation for like 10 years now. I mean, if you like Assassin's Creed, I don't blame you, but it's just not my thing, you know? Racing games have always been my favorite types of video games. My epic gamer career actually started out with Need for Speed Underground. That was the very first game I've played in my entire life at the age of 4, and it just revolutionized everything for me. I mean, I still play this game to this day. Like, I literally replayed it like 3 months ago, I think, and it's still as great as it was like, what, 15 years ago. This is fucking crazy. Time flies, man. And as well, when I say this, I'm not coming from a place of being a fanboy of some sort of brand. I'm not doing this because I love the Crew 1 and I'm gonna like shit on Forza Horizon or something. I think every game has its good sides and its bad sides. Like, I see this sort of shit on the internet all the time. People like, Forza Horizon is bad side, it shits on the Crew. Or like, the Crew is bad side, Forza sucks pee-pee, bro. I mean, come on, what is this? Is this like 2009 kids in a school backyard arguing what's better, Battlefield or Call of Duty? Come on, guys. Jesus Christ, we can have both. I'm not a fan of any racing game. For example, Need for Speed, like Most Wanted, Underground 2, Underground 1, Carbon. One of my favorite games of all time, period, okay? Yet if we're talking about Need for Speed Rivals, get the shit out of my face, please. Or for example, Forza Horizon series. It's a great game, but it feels like every new game is just the same game over and over again, just with the new map and some extra cars added and extra events. That's it. So today I want to take a look at The Crew 2 and basically discuss why I do like this game despite the negative reviews and a lot of people talking shit on the internet. Let's start with a bit of introduction. Before The Crew came out and its developers Ivory Tower even existed, there was a company that was called Eden Studios, or later Eden Games. This company basically did some ports of Need for Speed and V-Rally games to different platforms and stuff like that, but in 2006, Eden Studios have released a game that changed everything for me, and that game was Test Drive Unlimited. It was a great racing game. It featured a lot of cars in there, it featured some customization, stuff like that, things like walking around apartments, buying apartments, but most of all, the game was set on an island in Hawaii which is called Oahu. It was an island that literally had no invisible walls, unlike Forza, for example, which does. In Test Drive Unlimited, you could explore any parts of the map. You could grab a vehicle of any type, you could get an off-road vehicle, you could get a super fast hypercar or something, and you could just roam around. The road felt like it never ended. And as well, one thing about Test Drive Unlimited that was very special to me is the pop-in, pop-out sort of multiplayer that we see in a lot of video games right now. For example, The Crew. You could literally drive at night on the roads and somebody would spawn into your game sort of Dark Souls style, and he would probably start driving with you, and you could just, you know, chill and drive on the road together, do all sorts of things, take photos together. One of the most amazing racing experiences I've ever dealt with. In 2011, Test Drive Unlimited 2 came out, which pretty much was everything that Test Drive Unlimited 1 was, except it was even bigger, even better, and it was the same amazing, engaging multiplayer experience in which I remember, honestly, I was role-playing with some like 35-year-old dudes. Like, we were driving and role-playing as if we were driving to a barbecue at the seaside or something. The roleplay took like 3 hours to complete or something, but I still remember it to this day. How many multiplayer experiences you have like that you remember after like freaking 5 years have passed? This is incredible. So Test Drive Unlimited 1 and 2, they were both created by Eden Games, but they were published by Atari. And we all know that Atari basically passed away in 2013 because the company filed for bankruptcy, and all the developers that were under Atari were like, damn bro, what do we do now? Well, long story short, the majority of Eden Studios quit the team because they had no publisher at this point, and they joined the new company which is called Ivory Tower, which was later picked up by Ubisoft to create their next big driving game, which was The Crew. The reason why I just told you that entire story pretty much is because I've always looked at The Crew as a Test Drive Unlimited 3. The Crew had the same stuff, it had this incredible huge map that you could drive around with tons of variety, unlike most games with this very big maps, like for example Fuel, which is mostly just destroyed wastelands that are brown and darkish green and just terrible to look at. The Crew had the entirety of United States in it. It had the replicas of a lot of major cities in the US, it had amazing landscapes, different areas in America that just scream America. Just the most defining areas you can find in the United States. The Crew was not perfect in any way. The physics were weird, the graphics were really not up to par to many other video games that were coming out then. The story was bullshit, but I tolerated all of those things because this game brought me back those Test Drive Unlimited feels of driving on an insanely big map, meeting up random people, driving with them, doing whatever. It was just a great experience. Now, The Crew 2, in my opinion, is everything The Crew was, but bigger and better. Don't get me wrong, this game is not perfect in any way. The physics are still, it's still not Forza. Forza has much better physics in my opinion, but still, it's tolerable in my opinion. There are many things that are just straight up weird to me. For example, that this game does not have actual PvP multiplayer on release. It's pretty much a huge MMO, but it does not have PvP, when The Crew 1 had it on launch. What the fuck is this, Ubisoft? You kidding me? Many things are actually also worse than The Crew 1. For example, you cannot teleport to any place you've unlocked or when you've been before, which was a huge part of The Crew 1, the exploration, where you could actually see where you've been on the map. Now you can't do that. Why? But there are definitely more positives in this game that I think are making this game worth your time. First of all, a lot of people tend to complain about the graphics, which I don't understand. In my opinion, the game looks absolutely gorgeous, especially when you see sunsets or stars in the sky when you fly a plane or something. I think it looks incredible. And I'm playing the game on medium graphics settings, okay? This is not the best of it. I mean, maybe Forza has better ground textures or whatever, but just the overall feel and the scale of this game, I kinda can forgive that. Next thing is, of course, this game has great customization. I'd say the customization is on par with the newest Need for Speed Payback, for example. And they didn't even advertise it as much as Need for Speed does. Customization is great. They have a livery editor now as well. You can download other people's wraps just like you can do in Forza, for example, which is great. And of course, I mean, come on, the variety. This game has planes, helicopters, off-road cars, hypercars, street racing cars, rallycross cars, dirt bikes, and speed bikes, and of course boats. Now, for the boats, I don't really give a fuck as much. Driving boats is probably my least favorite part of this game, just because I never really cared about boats, but planes and cars, they're fire, bro. But what I'm trying to say is that I think the main reason to get The Crew 2 and to experience this game is that feeling of exploring, because there's no racing game out there right now which is giving me those Test Drive Unlimited 2 vibes. And The Crew 2 is achieving that even more than The Crew 1, with like walking around your apartment and stuff like that, looking at your cars, walking around all these like different dealerships and stuff like that. The Crew 1 didn't have that, but the way it's done in The Crew 2, it's so similar to Test Drive Unlimited. I'm just getting flashbacks, I'm getting those vibes, man, and it just feels great. If you love Test Drive Unlimited 1 or so, this game is going to be perfect for you. Forza is a great game, and it might have better physics, it might have better graphics than The Crew 2 does, but in Forza Horizon you would never be able to do the things that you can do in The Crew 2. You cannot just drive on the street and then turn into a plane and take off and see the amazing views or something like that. You cannot pop on some country radio and just drive on the roads of the Midwest of America pretending like you're some redneck or something. Forza is great, but you cannot visit so many different locations that look so different in the same game. And this is why The Crew speaks to me, because I can just go home, play this game after a hot day at university or something like that. I can just put on some country, start up my car, and just drive some country roads of America and just have a great relaxing time. And as well, maybe complete a few events and progress to the game while I'm at it. This is why I love The Crew 2. I don't know, it's not as bad as reviewers paid it to be. I mean, maybe they just didn't get paid by Ubisoft enough to promote the game, but I don't fucking know, man. But anyways, guys, that's going to pretty much round off today's video. I just wanted to make it because I was just playing this game a ton recently and I had to speak on it. I hope you guys did like this sort of format of videos. Maybe I'm gonna do more if this one does well. Once again, before this video ends, here's a list of all my $5 patrons that are supporting me on patreon.com/nofuckers. Your help is much appreciated, and well, everybody who donates, I just made the tier so that $5 donations appear in this list. But thank you so much, everybody, and I forgot to put this shit into the last two videos.
which I apologize for. I will try to not do that again. I just always remember it after I've already uploaded the video and it's already got views, so I'm sorry, okay?
If you did like this video, make sure to please smash the motherfucking like on it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.